I think it's fitting that when we describe the transformations of nitrogen within soils, is that we start with a brief description of organic nitrogen in soils themselves. And the reason for this is if you were to measure the total amount of nitrogen in a soil, by and large, the total amount of nitrogen in the soil is found in the organic phase. So what is meant by organic nitrogen? Organic nitrogen is simply the nitrogen forms in soil organic materials, and it's a spectrum. It really is a spectrum of materials, ranging from amino acids to proteins to humic acids to complex organic materials, etc. These can include nitrogen in plant tissues that have senesced and have been reincorporated into the soil. It can certainly include nitrogen from microbial biomass because biomass of microorganisms contains amino acids and proteins and enzymes, et cetera, that contain nitrogen. Or it can be from soil amendments, manures, compost, biosolids, et cetera. When you look at organic matter itself, soil organic matter, it is about 50% carbon and 5% nitrogen. And if you look at that ratio, the ratio is about 10, it's 10 to 1. In fact, highly degraded organic matter in soils has a carbon to nitrogen ratio of about 7 to 1 or 8 to 1. This is not organic debris. So if you were to dig in a soil and look, hold it in your hands and look, if you see roots, if you see leaves, even decomposed leaves, but still can make out the leaf itself, that's not organic matter. It's not soil organic matter. That's organic material. Organic matter is the highly decomposed, stable fraction of carbon in the soil. Okay. Organic matter that contains nitrogen or organic materials that contain nitrogen is not available for plant uptake, right? It has to be mineralized prior to plant uptake. It has to be converted from organic nitrogen to inorganic nitrogen. When we look at soil organic matter in soils and the degradation of it within a growing season, or mineralization rate, the mineralization rate ranges about from 1 to 4% per year, right? So I can tell you that this number here is for organic matter. This is not the number or range for organic debris or manures or compost or biosolids that you would apply to a soil to supply the nitrogen needs for a crop. The degradation rate or the mineralization rate for all those other materials is much greater than 1 to 4%. And we'll talk about that in Unit 5B.